Hey everybody, Senpai back with another video for the first time in 2 months or something. Jeez, I really apologize about that. Couple things about that, and I apologize about. First of all, I apologize about the ums and ands. It's kind of can't be helped at this point because I've been dealing with flooding, which is why I was not getting a video out to you guys sooner. Honestly, I'm very upset about that. I every time I try to make a video for a few weeks, I had to deal with flooding uh, in my home. So I think I resolved. I think it's all resolved. I don't think I have to worry about it anymore. So, and now as a result, I got 6 chapters to talk about instead of just 3 or whatever. So I got a lot of notes. I'm gonna try not to refer to my notes exactly. But I guess this is where like editing is gonna come in real handy. We'll see how long this is. Hopefully I can get this down at a reasonable length. So without further delays, again, I apologize. I'm gonna try and have more consistent schedule. I might be talking about, if my theory about 1057 is what I think it is, I will be talking about that in its own video, but we'll see. Okay, the first chapter of this is 1051. It is called Shogun of Wano Kozuki Momonosuke. We're just right after the defeat of Kaido. Everyone's shocked to see that there's another dragon, and we get reactions from people in Ringo, Hakumai, Kibi, Curry, Udon, and Ebisu Town. And everyone's, of course, really surprised, and they're that the Akaza 9 are alive, and Toki's, that means Toki's words, well, her prediction was true and it was accurate. Oh, and one more thing. Everyone, sorry, I had to step away and I got something. I'm going to be talking about Yamato a lot in this video, and I'll be addressing Yamato as she and her, because Yamato is definitely clearly female, and I got proof. This right here, you know it's in Japanese. If you can read Japanese, you can see that it says female. So anyone who's doing that whole thing that Yamato is male and all that stuff, Yamato's identifying as Odin. She wants to be Odin. She's inspired by Odin. but she's not Odin. Now, I'll be right back again. Anyways, to get on to what I was saying, Yamato finally meets with the Straw Hats for the first time. I believe she had already, aside from Luffy, she met Franky during the raid. I cannot remember personally, so I just don't. I have to go back and look at all that stuff. Anyways, Usopp and Nami, of course, react in shock. Franky's in disbelief. Brooke and Sanji are completely fine with it. And Robin comments about her being a funny one, and Jinbei says that it's Captain who decides, and Yamato agrees. So, also, just as a little side note, go to the end of this real quick. Yamato does say she's gonna live the life of Odin, so she's gonna be joining the Straw Hats probably next chapter. Anyways, back to 1051. Tama reveals that people who ate the dango will go back to normal after a month has passed, and sometimes they keep the loyalties to her, and hopefully nothing bad happens with that. Although, if anything bad happens with, if any of them decide to turn against Tama, well, we got like Yakuzaya and probably and Momonosuke, and we got like so many people in Wano who could probably take them on. So if they decide to switch their allegiance to go against her, well, that's going to be very short lived. And here we get Momo's speech saying he's going to reveals that people can have all the water they want now. And there'll be no more slaves. And Tama reflects back to about, I think about 4 years ago. She meets up with Tenguyama. Her parents had died, and she tries to sell hats to try to survive. And Tenguyama walks by and buys one and takes her in. Tama just breaks down, complete tears, and grabs onto Nami in relief. And Nami, having personal experience, like actually all the Strides have had this experience, so they know what Tama has been through. So any one of them would know the relief that Tama has in this moment. And I gotta say, I think she, like, Tama's like what, 8 years old. That's a rough life to have lived for those few years for just a kid. And at the end of this chapter, Momo declares, that Orochi and Kaido have been defeated, and everyone cheers as they go, as the Akazaya and Momo and Hiyori go into the palace. Okay, 1052 is titled A New Morning, and we get reactions from the five elders about Nika returning and Big Mom and Kaido being defeated. And they're also upset they won't be able to cover this up. And the fact that Wano's board is not open, they realize that someone has is well, they're pretty shrewd, is what they say. And they also want to try at least get Robin out of there, since she can read the poneglyphs. And we get a quick thing where Hawkins and Drake meet up, and Hawkins reveals that he was a 1% man this whole time through the arc, and he collapses and probably dies. From the stuff that we learned in these chapters, I'm gonna say that Hawkins is dead here, and probably Drake too. Anyways, a week has passed, and kids are being re-educated, and they're upset that Miss Sarah Hebby is no longer teaching them. And you know what? I mean, I'm not sure how she was as a teacher, but I mean, I guess. But she was teaching them like false information, so I guess they gotta be retaught. But I mean, I can understand their frustration. I know if I was a kid and I was being retaught, I would hate that. Also, well, then the focus goes over to Ringo, where we learn that there's going to be a temple built to honor all those who have died in the battle against Kaido and Orochi. Then the scene flips again to the castle, where Zoro and Luffy wake up and shouting for booze and meat. And everyone reacts differently to Momo being an adult now. Although he's still technically an 8-year-old kid, but he has adult's body. But at least his strength has gone up, so that's something. So he could take that one kick from Hiyori in the morning, and he could take that punch from Nami. Which that was that was really funny. But I'm only 8. Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. That was funny, you know. And Sanji and Brook, of course, got a really good kick out of that, because, you know, ever since, was it Punk Hazard or Dressrosa? I think it was like the end of Punk Hazard, where they started to have realized, you know, that Momonosuke is just a perverted troublemaker. Brook and Sanji are definitely relishing in this whole moment. Oh, and we also find out that Yamato was making prayer for Luffy and Zoro's recovery, and she would not bathe or eat. What was it? Both bathe and eat. Yep. Uh, yeah, she would not bathe or eat for the entire time while they were unconscious. So, geez, if that lasted more than a week, she would have gone quite a while. Oh boy. Imagine how she would smell and how skinny she would get. And here, this is the one part that I am personally annoyed with this chapter. She is still identifying as Odin so much to the fact that she's going to the men's bath. Even though, yeah, Momo has a normal reaction, like what is she doing in there? Sanji, well, he's like skyrocketed out of there because of a nosebleed. So, and Brook, he's just all twirling and swirling and whatevering. So yeah, Yamato is still identifies as Odin to the point where she's doing that. I'm kind of annoyed personally. And at Tokage Port, yep, yeah, Tokage Port. We see Usopp and Frankie. They're working on the ships for the Kid Pirates and for their own ship, the Thousand Sunny, and the Heart Pirates submarine. Although personally, they were mostly proud of their whole thing with the work on the Battle Frankie, but yeah, they were clearly working on the ships and all that stuff too. And here we go and get some newspaper or like that Apu managed to get. So I guess Apu's the informant for the news in One Piece. I guess I don't know how the heck that would have happened. But the newspaper has information about the new bounties, which as of 1056 we're still waiting on them. I'm hoping to see them in 1057. I'm really hoping. And it also has information about the new emperors. And we also see Ryokugyu heading to Wano. So this is we get our formal introduction to Ryokugyu pretty much in this chapter. Now we get to chapter 1053, which was the last chapter we got before Oda's month-long break. And I wish I would have had a video for you guys, but well, I got it now, so that's the important thing. So now we get the reaction of the five elders for the Luffy's bounty poster, which they are not fond of at all because they they instructed for the D to be removed, which would be stupid if he was called Monkey Luffy. So I'm glad that whole thing was not passed on. And also, they don't like the picture for Luffy's poster because it shows him in fifth gear, which makes me wonder. I guess the picture might have been taken by Guernica, who was a CP0 agent that was there that escaped. So he might have taken that image, and that's how they got it. I don't know. It's either him or Pooh. My money would probably be on Guernica. Five elders order for the posters to be remade, but they are informed that Morgans has already sent them out into the world, and they are told to try to stop them. But of course, Morgans is ignoring it. So, anyways, as far as the bounties go, Luffy, Law, and Kid each have a bounty of 3 billion berries. Now, if anyone has checked out my bounty prediction video, you will see that I got Kid and Law's bounty right. So I'm not surprised about Kid and Law's bounty. Although there are some people who are upset about it that I've watched a few videos and I've read some comments. But I mean, what do you expect? They beat Big Mom. One thing that I'm shocked is, that Luffy's bounty is so low. I predicted Luffy's bounty would be about 5 billion, I think. Clearly it's not 5 billion. Then we are showing everyone in Wano having a party for the victory against Kaido and Orochi. And Tenguyama reveals to Robin that he is Sukiyaki, which there was, I guess some people have predicted this, and for anyone who predicted that, congratulations. I might have been able to predict it if I looked into his character some more, but regardless, it is what it is. I did not see this happening. If I paid attention to Sukiyaki and Tenguyama back in the day, I probably would have saw that, but I didn't. So here we are. I was shocked. Then we cut over to Udon, where Aramaki is, well, that's his name is revealed to be Aramaki. It's Ryokugyu. His real name is Aramaki. He has defeated all the pirates over at the prison, including King and Queen, which I'm not sure. I don't think that whole victory against King and Queen is that special, because they probably are not fully. They probably haven't fully recovered from their fights against the Straw Hats. And then everyone yells out "Kanpai" in the flower capital, and Kid shows Luffy the paper showing who the 4 emperors are. The 4 emperors are Buggy, Luffy, Shanks, and Blackbeard. Now, when I first saw this, I was quite upset that Buggy would name one of the four emperors. But now we're getting to the stuff that happened in recent chapter. I could see why that he's one of the four emperors. Then we get to chapter 1054, titled Flame Emperor, which the Akazaya. Okay, I'm going to refer to my notes a little bit in this chapter. Akazaya confront Aramaki, except for Ki and Kiku. Aramaki is surprised that Raizo knows what the Navy is, and specifically their relationship to Luffy, which, I mean, it's bound to that someone would know, but I guess he wouldn't know that. At least one person would know that. Hi, Ashura. Hi. And we find out the name of Aramaki's devil fruit, which is the woods fruit. And he says that the forest is pure Logia. So I always thought of Logia as a different type of thing, but you know, I guess this kind of makes sense in a way. Actually, you know what? It does make sense. 100% makes sense. And Yamato is getting involved with the fight, and Momo is telling her not to get involved. Then we see Shanks and the red hair pirates, and they're excited about Luffy's progress and his accomplishment against Kaido. And they want to go see him, but well, Shanks decides not to go see him, and after he looks at Luffy's wand poster, he reflects on when he stole the gum fruit from Who's Who. That was 13 years ago, I think. Yeah. Go away. And anyways, Shanks decides that he wants to go after that Bartolomeo, who has basically destroyed his flags on his territory. It also tells Ben Beckman that he wants to start making a move, go get the One Piece. So finally, after over like 1,000 chapters, Shanks is starting to finally do something of huge significance. Although I guess, well, I guess it's been like 500 chapters, really, because he did do that thing in Marineford. And at Navy HQ, they're talking about how Sabo is being called the Flame Emperor all around the world. And Cobra is confirmed to be dead, and Sabo is being set up as the one who killed him. Now, I don't believe that Sabo killed Cobra. I don't believe that Sabo killed Cobra because he spent 2 years with Robin, who would have probably told him at some point about the Straw Hat's journey through like Alabasta. And he would have learned about Cobra from her, and there'd be no reason to kill him. So I'm pretty sure that 5 elders had Cobra executed, assassinated, and had it done in a way where it would have worked, where it would be believable for Sabo to have done the act. That's what I think, anyways. And I'm pretty sure I'm right. And we also see, I guess, and just hours before that, the revolutionaries destroy the hoof of the celestial dragons, which glad they did that, and that declares war, and the admirals Ryukugyu and Fujitora fight against them, but the revolutionaries escape, and they escape with Kuma. And personally, I don't even know why they would bother with Kuma. I mean, Kuma's dead. He's just a machine now at this point. There are so many people who believe that he'll be coming back, he'll be revived. But how? I mean, unless if like someone's theory is, like Vegapunk could restore him somehow. But I don't see it. I just don't see it at all. And Vivi is missing, which I believe, that Vivi is with Sabo or with Sai. And there was it's convenient that there were people there with Luffy's Viva card. So I'm pretty sure Vivi would be being reunited with Luffy soon. Hopefully, really very soon. And here we get introduced to a new character named, he's the director of the Naval Bureau of Investigation. His name is Kuruma, or otherwise known as Tensei. Well, that's his actual name. Kuruma is the name that he's got on duty. And we also learn about the Holy Knights, which are doing the investigation against the attempted assassination against Saint Charles. Which, oh, I wish that fool was just dead, but he's still alive. And we also find out about the 8-Nation revolution. So I wonder what those 8 nations are. Now we get to chapter 1055, titled The New Era. And Momo continues to tell Yamato that she should not fight. While he and Yakuza are fighting Aramaki. And Sukiyaki leads Law and Robin down a long staircase, and they see some light, which is interestingly coming from a thing that's underwater. And I guess it's also blocked off by glass. So I guess that's kind of nice and convenient that that's there. I wonder who the heck managed to put that there with all the water being in that area. Anyways, past that glass block, we see Old Wano. Old Wano that's been there for 800 years. Wow. I don't think anyone could have seen this coming. I didn't see it coming. If anyone says that they saw it coming, well, you're a liar. Unless if you got some huge, massive prediction skills. I can never see that coming. What are you doing, cat? And then we finally see the third road poneglyph, or is it low poneglyph? I'll find out when I continue the anime. I haven't really been on top of that lately. Anyways, I haven't been on top of the anime lately, so I'm not sure if it's road or load. I'll correct it. I'll mention in another video. And Pluton is revealed to be further down than where even they are at the present moment. So we just need to get one more road poneglyph, then we can get to Laugh Tale. I am personally looking forward to that. And during the battle with the Akazaya and Aramaki, we see Shanks unleashing his Conqueror's Haki. and Aramaki reverts back to his normal self. And here we also get like a panel showing Uta up in the top left corner of page 16. And we also see and then Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Jinbei are happen to be watching the whole battle, so they knew, even though the Yakuza were trying to hide it from them, they knew that the battle was going on, but they did not get involved. The latest chapter of Cross Guild is very, very interesting. Cross Guild itself, I did not expect what I saw when I read this chapter. First, at the beginning, though, Keen apologizes and for not being there to help fight, and Carrot is made the king of Zou, which I don't think that's gonna actually happen. Not yet. It's probably gonna happen later, like after the One Piece has been found. So maybe Carrot and Yamato will both join the crew. Maybe. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. And Sukiyaki reveals himself to Hiyori and Momonosuke. And they're just relieved that they have a surviving relative. And the Yakuza, except for Kinemon, knew that Tenguyama was Sukiyaki the whole time, but they just didn't want to reveal it. And Kinemon actually has the same look of when, like the same way, like before the raid started. So dumbfounded. The Straw Hats are discussing Pluton. And Frankie's surprised that it even exists at all. And Luffy says he doesn't want Pluton. He says he's not interested. And Caribou happens to be seen listening and wants to report this to a certain somebody. It's not confirmed who that somebody is, but I'm thinking it's Blackbeard. I think a lot of people think it's Blackbeard. I mean, who else could it be? If it's not Blackbeard, who? Oh, and before that though, we did see Shinobu and Tama walk in the room, and Shinobu was looking like how she did when she was younger, which is Aramaki just did her a favor. Made her thin again and gave her back her good looks. Then days later, the Straw Hats are finally leaving Wano. So And we get to see a poster thing of Cross Guild, which Cross Guild is a combined uh, joint forces of Buggy, Mihawk, and Crocodile. Which I can't believe that Mihawk is on board with Buggy in any shape or form. That is just even Zoro is surprised at this. But apparently, Cross Guild is issuing bounties on Marines, so I hope we do see some of those bounties on the Marines. Yeah. From the image that we got so far, there seems to be like stars and crowns. At least I think the one on the left had a crown. And the chapter ends off with Yamato saying she wants to live the life of Odin. So that's those chapters. And oh boy, I felt like really tired for some reason. I was fine, before I started doing all this. Anyways, we'll see how this looks when I go into editing. See if I need to redo this. But if this video turns out to be alright, well, I guess you could just like it, comment, and subscribe. And I feel like in chapter 1057, we'll learn the bounties for the rest of the Straw Hats. And we'll finally be leaving Wano. So, we're finally entering the final saga officially, I believe. Anyways, I'll see you guys later, and hopefully I don't have to redo this video. Bye.